I can think of no one that wrote in such a varied way about what would be called ghosts as Raymond Buckland did. And he's known in some other areas, which would make complete sense because some of what would be talked about here would be considered psychosomatic phenomena, alien, vampire, demon, other, I guess. Some things relate to battles or other severe events in the collective or personal consciousness. Other things relate to scriptures of one sort or another. Built-up responses to mystery. I talked to somebody who took part in the whole Sedona thing. Now, as much as the Native Americans in that area tend to agree that that was basically a scam by one of them to make a bunch of money off of white people, they talk about these vortexes. Now, Native Americans spoke of ghosts causing vortexes. So, in that culture, that's what it would have been. It's not some weird energy vortex thing. It's, spiritual entity transference. And it's also an area of the world that, gets into the whole alien visitor thing as far as how we would interpret it, the Kachinas and all that nowadays. Some ghosts influence to help. Some influence towards harm. Some of them, you could say, feed off the human beings or some other creature. And sometimes they're the ones being fed off of. Are they honest or are they not? There's various objects and even machines that seem to be of, ghosts. There's natural phenomena that produce a lot of these things. Certain psychological connections. Whether or not things are spiritual or not. You can put pretty much anything in a spiritual context, and that's what it is. Spiritual is not, I'm going for a feel-good sort of thing. A lot of that's not true Epicureanism. So these people just trying to feel good with the ghost or whatnot. Epicureanism is, you got to regard the context. Now, some things, they act like they don't care whether you're paying attention or not. Sometimes they're like, oh no, we don't like you to pay attention, so we whatnot. And sometimes they like it. There are various devices that people buy to detect some changes that go on physically, of what you would call auras, stuff that they may interpret later to look at, that sort of stuff. A lot of the high-range stuff doesn't seem to, take you much further than the stuff that's just there, right? And nowadays we have, you got computers that can put off your frequencies without your radionics devices. Some of them are like, ectoplasm pouring out the mouth and that sort of stuff. And others of them don't seem to respond to spiritual operations. Some of them are missing features, some of them have strange features.